Hey friends, Alvin here. Welcome to your June snapshot. You know it's summer. Why? Because you can probably hear birds chirping. You can hear construction that might be happening around me. After all, it's summer. It's construction season too. A few things I want to let you know that's coming up in June. First of all, Assembly, our annual family gathering, is happening June 10 to 12. Everything's going to be happening online this year. You can find all the details at baptist.ca/assembly, but there's a few things I wanted to let you know about. First of all, we are excited that for our evening plenary sessions each night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night at 7 p.m., we are going to be featuring Bruxy Cavey, who is the teaching pastor at the Meeting House. He will be our featured speaker for those three plenaries. It'll be a time of worship with Rochelle Luke, but also a time for us to gather, although online, in this way as a family. For those of you who are youth leaders, we are going to be hosting an online late-night youth leaders gathering on Thursday, June the 10th at 9:30 p.m. One of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the reopening plan. We're going to have a white paper that's going to be released on that day. And so we would love for you to gather together, meet, reconnect with each other through Zoom, but also have a chance for us to talk through what are both the short-term and the long-term considerations we need to have as we're talking about reopening on site. And as well, if you're interested in receiving prayer during assembly, we have a bunch of times available for that as well. All those details are available at baptist.ca/assembly. On Sunday, June the 13th, we are encouraging all the Canadian Baptist churches across Canada, along with our friends in Western Canada, Atlantic Canada, and the French Union, to pray for our next generation. We know that a lot of junior high and high school students have been facing a lot of different issues over the last 14 plus months, whether it's online school, whether it's different milestones are being met. Although some of them are thriving, we know a bunch are hurting as well. And so whether it's moments of opportunity that we have discovered the last few months, but also we come alongside those who are really feeling some of the different pains that are happening during this pandemic. We want to lift them up before God. And so we encourage you to pray for them. You can find out more information and different resources that are available to help you at prayforyouth.ca. Do you know someone who's heading to university next September? If so, and if you're not sure who to connect them to, especially if they're moving away from home, we would love to help connect them to one of 4 different campus groups at one of those universities. You can find out more information at t101.ca. If they send in their information through that, just simply their contact information, someone from one of those 4 campus groups will personally reach out to them so that they have a community that they can connect into this September. Renegotiating Faith reminds us that if the sending church is the one who helps to make that bridge, that grad is 4 times more likely to remain with that faith community. And so we encourage you as that faith influencer in that person's life to help make that connection with them. If you know someone who's in an undergraduate program this the coming year, we encourage them to apply for one of our $500 scholarships. This scholarship is really for those who are learning and expressing how they're living out their faith, wherever they are and whatever they do. And so applications are due at the end of June, but we encourage them to apply for one of our scholarships today. You may have some high school grads who aren't ready to go to school yet. They're going to take a gap year, but maybe they're not even sure what that even looks like. We invite them to go to cboq.ca/gapyear. And there is a template for them to use the resources that are already around them to maybe help better figure what their next steps are. And also to help them to set some foundations in different areas of their life so that when they're ready to take that next step, they've got a firmer foundation. And so we encourage you, especially if they have a mentor, to do that together. And so again, take a look at that gap year template online. We're also interested in knowing what your next steps are as a youth ministry. And also we're interested in your feedback about what we're doing, what's been going well, what are things that we're missing on our end. And so we encourage you to go to cboq.ca/nextsteps to both let us know what your next steps are, as well as giving us feedback about what we've been doing so far. We would love to get your responses by the end of June. And then after that, during the summer, I would love to reach out to you to better understand how we can support you in those next steps. So Quaston this year is making a pivot. And so they're going to be hosting family getaways, whether it is a 2-night stay, whether it's a day pass. There are many different ways for families to gather at Quaston this year. And so you can find out more information at their website at quaston.com. But also, as you're starting to plan out what your fall potentially might look like, as you're thinking of different opportunities to gather your group together, I encourage you to take a look at maybe some of the local camps, whether it's Quasin or another camp, and see if they might have some rental space available for you. We encourage you to support the local camps around you in this way, and to find those moments where hopefully we can regather together. And so I encourage you, especially this coming fall, to take a look at some of those options. If you're not sure what they are, contact me and we can definitely talk that through. Also, this summer, we will be sending you our annual mailing that will include stuff like our theme poster, that will include information about what's happening this coming ministry year. And so we want you to be on the lookout for that when it comes out in August. We know that this ministry year has been a challenging one. We know that for a lot of us, it's been stretching. In some ways, there have been some neat opportunities, but also there's been a lot of things that have felt chaotic, maybe even confusing. As your students are wrapping up junior high and high school this year, and as might be potentially wrapping up your ministry season as well, we encourage you, first of all, to finish strong, to finish in the strength that God has given you, but also to celebrate those different moments that God has given you and blessed you with so far, but also to take time to reflect, maybe encourage your students to reflect as well about what God has done and what God has carried us through. And so as you finish off this June, as you finish off this ministry year, and as you head into the summer, whatever it might look like, blessings to you as you continue to bring the message and person of Jesus to those around you.